So I got diagnosed with cancer about 6 years ago,
Right.
and it was Hodgkin's lymphoma, and you know had to do about a year of chemo, and from there it was just kind of. I think there's way more to the story, but that's just like the most recent story I can put down to like my career stuff. But it's like getting diagnosed with cancer, not knowing how much longer I was gonna live, turning my perspective in a whole different perspective, just flipping it a whole upside down and like who I was before isn't who I am now. The heart was there, the soul was there, but like the life wasn't there. Like it wasn't like shown. And you have to hit rock bottom and kind of find your light. And so through, being sick led me to finding passion, and finding purpose, which falls into like making music. And music is the passion. Music is the shit that saved my life, because going through such a dark time and getting pulled away from real life, the only thing you have is something to help your mental. And what helped my mental was music, which is something I could write or listen to or be a part of or understand or watch or read. There's so much you can live a full life of just off music alone in one category, and that's what most musicians do. So it's like that moment changed my full life. And it was like, I remember this woman that I met my first chemo, her name was Bonnie. And Bonnie was like, what do you love to do? And this is right before I started the chemo. It's like the movie scene where it's like you're in the white room and it's like the circle of like all the people who are doing the treatment, and you're the youngest kid there, and you're like, what the fuck is actually real? So I was so scared, bro. Like I was so scared. And so this woman next to me named Bonnie, and she like grabs my hand, she sees it, and she's like way older. And she was like, it's gonna hurt, but like don't be scared, like da da da. She's like, I just want to let you know that you do have cancer and you need to embrace it. And it's like being scared is having it win already. And I was like, okay, fuck, like that's like, I don't know anything about like being like spiritual or any of that life yet. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew religion, I knew God, but I wasn't like, she just was giving me this whole new way of thinking and this whole new mindset. And I was just remember her. And after that, she was like, she looks at me in the eyes and she was like, so tell me, what do you love to do? And I was like, I love to make music. He was like, but do you really love to make music? Like, would you die? Would you put your life on the line for music? And it's like this crazy question, because I'm like, my life is on the line now. What are you talking about? So it's like, I'm trying to like understand what you just said. And then it kind of hit me. I look back, it's like this flashback of why I made music. You know what I'm saying? You see me in the beginning of like, when I'm like 6, listening to every song possible, like trying to memorize lyrics, and like growing up and being like, oh, music, and then seeing like, bad shit that was happening as a child. Like I would hide and put headphones on, and music was the escape. And it's like, you think about all these things, and then you think about me making music and like in real life. And then the music I was making at that time, I was like, it was very pop, and it wasn't me. It was like more for people to like, instead of me to feel like this is my soul speaking.
Yeah.
And I think going through that experience like helped me find my soul speak, and helped me find like the passion within, and like the fire that I hold within, and like realizing that I'm here for such a bigger purpose, and realizing that we all have such a big purpose on this earth. And sometimes you just need that wake up call, and like cancer was that wake up call for me. And like fast forwarding to now, it's like we're all having that wake up call. We're all having this understanding of like, it's scary. Everyone's scared to leave the house. Everyone's, because there's an unknown.
Absolutely, yeah.
Which is what most patients of any disease deal with. It's like this unknown. And it's kind of cool to see people feel that way, how everyone's coming together online and everyone's like, showing support and emotion. I just hope that this continually stays, after this is done.
Yeah. No, absolutely. But is there anything that you can kind of share with people in terms of your perspective on that kind of stuff, and how to change the perspective if you have a bit of a negative outlook and, and you're a bit scared of all this stuff?
I don't know. I think it's just this whole feeling of like letting go. And so for me, what I do is like I write it down, or I read, and like I see what's driving that pain, or why do I feel that way. We all wake up. Like yesterday I woke up feeling like shit. Like you can't control it. You really can't. And it's like you wake up, you're sad, you're depressed, you're like, oh man, like what am I supposed to be doing? What am I doing? Relationships, or overthinking everything. I'm thinking about every ex-girlfriend I've ever had in my whole entire life. You know what I'm saying? Like, what did I do wrong? I'm like fucking like calculating it. Like, okay, I was a dick. Like, wow, that's my fault. Like, you're just learning so much. You're like, oh wow, like it's this whole thing of like understanding. And I feel like for people who have been nervous, it's just like there's not much you can really say except take take it with action and like, you know, get out of your comfort zone.
Right.
Because you can obviously see that life is very short. We don't know what's gonna happen.